PhD fellows, Professor Viraz Thapa of Tapa University, and all esteemed guests of this signing ceremony for the feasibility study of establishment of green hydrogen and fuel cell plant in Nepal. Very good afternoon and namaste. I'd like to first thank the organizer of this ceremony who have invited me to speak a few words in this gathering. This particular project about green hydrogen and fuel cell is a subject of personal interest and passion for me. So fortunately, now I'm in a position where as the managing director of Nepal Electricity Authority, where I can do some meaningful support to this project. I had been researching in a personal level, not in a professional level, about green hydrogen and different uses of green hydrogen, such as fertilizer, ammonia, green ammonia, and other usages. And in 2020, during the COVID times, we had our first online conference with Professor Singh Thapa, and I presented myself one presentation online, if you remember. And so from then on, we have been quite engaged in the green hydrogen scene. And so it's really an honor that I'm able to speak here at this moment. For green hydrogen, the main ingredient, as we all know, is electricity in terms of financial or commercial value, and then the rest is free, not free, almost free, plain water and air. So the main ingredient in terms of value being electricity, the feasibility of the green hydrogen and fuel cell plant depends upon the price of electricity and electricity being available. From the Nepal Electricity Authority point of view, a green hydrogen plant for us is a very reliable load consumer, a valuable consumer. And when you add fuel cell with that, then it becomes not only a load, but it becomes a reliable system stabilizer. So it makes all the more sense for NEA to support and be excited about this prospect of a green hydrogen plant and fuel cell plant in future in Nepal. I hope the feasibility study that is going to be carried out by the fellows will provide us the rays of hope that is going to be feasible within the given context. And I know this is a new technology, comparatively new technology for us. And for every technology, there is two aspects. There is a technology cost, but at the same time, there are benefits of the early bird. So we have to always evaluate between the technology cost and the early bird benefit. I have to share my feeling. At the beginning, in 2020, we were very, very enthusiastic of green hydrogen. And then, as always, there are cycles, we became a little bit pessimistic. It's not feasible, it's too costly, and let the developed economies do the research, make it feasible, and then we'll adopt it. Just like in the electric vehicle industry. We were quite enthusiastic, we were like enthusiasts in 1990s. And I did myself conversion of petrol car into a hybrid electric car in 1990, that's in 2000. But then it took 20 plus years before it became really, really commercially feasible. So that's the story. And in green hydrogen also we became like very enthusiastic and then a little bit pessimistic. And now it's time to be optimistic again. And we should pay the technology cost, be ready to pay, and with some support. And right now, support from Korea, South Korea for this is also going to soften the technology cost impact and provide us the early bird benefit. From Nepal Electricity Authority, I just want to say this at this moment, that we will provide all support for the feasibility study, and in future, wherever it is decided it's going to be feasible, the plant is to be located, we will provide the grid reinforcements, do the study for the grid reinforcement and plan for it. Together, as the plan goes ahead, we will also plan our grid reinforcements. And we really, really hope that this feasibility study will lead to a real plant in future, and as soon as possible, the earlier the better. We really need this kind of plant in Nepal. I wish all the best and the success for a very successful feasibility study for. Thank you.
Senior government officials, Managing Director from Nepal Electricity Authority, ladies and gentlemen, friends from India. It is an honor for me to witness this historic, MOU signing ceremony. Why I say historic? For two reasons. One, we've been educated by Kathmandu University, thanks to Dr. Biraj and his team, why hydrogen, green hydrogen needs to be implemented in Nepalese context. So there has been many pros and cons, but thanks to them for educating us. And also I would like to acknowledge the government of Nepal for bringing green hydrogen policy, which was, I think, unveiled last year only. This has kind of paved way for implementation of this kind of projects, and I'm very much happy to listen to the CEO from G Philos. That's why I say historic, because you've demonstrated this in Korea. You've demonstrated, implemented projects, you upscale, and then you are now partnering with the Investment Board of Nepal in conducting a detailed study. There has been, study, but I'm sure based on your experience, based on your expertise, based on your field implementations, I think we will be able to, implement a few feasible projects in green hydrogen sector. The conversion efficiency. One of the point that the Department of DZ from DOED, he did mention about the the conversion efficiency. Another area is the cost. The cost, what we have been hearing, I do not claim, I know these things, but we've been hearing the cost is a little high, is not feasible. That's why we've been, you need huge support. The government resources or taxpayers' money is required to make these kind of intervention possible, feasible. That has been the kind of, informations are there in our, society in Nepalese context. So with this study, I'm sure you will identify, okay, this is the cost, as CEO G Philos did mention, export and import cost, the surplus and deficit energy, surplus during monsoon, deficit during winter, the 6 cent, 12 cent, the production cost now varies from $3 to $7 per kg. The electricity is the main input, and also electrolysis. All those things, people are now saying $15 per kg. I don't know. this figure. And as the regulator, we need to make sure that these are cost effective. If the cost is not enough, then we have to have resources to subsidize it, right? So in the beginning, in the solar industry also we used to talk, no, these are not feasible. The huge investment is required. The capital cost is very high, and you cannot compete this with hydro and others. But now solar cost has come down, and now solar is cost competitive. So battery storage is also, you mentioned ESS, right? The government is also planning, has unveiled the roadmap where the generation mix, the concept of generation mix is very clearly reflected. And in the commission, we are now discussing with potential, with experts, how can we, bring the cost, down. But at the same time, what should be the modality? What would be the appropriate tariff for investors? Our job as a regulator is to create an enabling regulatory environment so that investors can be assured of the return, right? Investment is not only linked with enabling regulatory environment, you have to have enabling legal environment, enabling policy environment, of course enabling institutional environment as well. But from our side, we're very much committed to create an enabling regulatory environment. What does that enabling regulatory environment mean? The predictable, the pricing signal should be provided to investors so that they can make informed decisions. So that's why, I like the, you first want to do a detailed study. During the, study phase, I'm sure you will be interacting with the commission. I will be very much happy to provide our perspective, not only in pricing, but also there are issues related, storage, safety, all those, the technical aspects also needs to be looked at in detail. So that part also, I think probably we need to discuss. I also request you to, there are other studies also. I acknowledge the support that GGN, FSSP in the past used to provide us, the Nepal government in conducting or generating evidence in many fronts, including the green hydrogen. I request you to go through that report also. Ramani sir and Pius, these people, they have done a little study also in the past. And then finally, my commitment, my full support with the team, and also, under the leadership of Sushil sir in the investment board of Nepal. I'm sure more investment will be attracted in energy sector. This includes the establishment of pilot projects in green energy. Why I say pilot? You need to demonstrate, and then once you demonstrate, because with the, we follow the green hydrogen policy and demonstrate the model, whatever the cost it requires, we have to support them in demonstrating the model. Once you demonstrate, and then we actually expand. When we expand your ideas or technology and all those implementations, and then you mainstream. How do you do this? Mainstreaming shall be done through, the legal provision. And only, we need to advocate for a Hydrogen Act. So I'm a little skeptical also in bringing Hydrogen Act at this point of time. We have hydrogen policy. We, use this as a window to actually demonstrate the model, expand, and once, the model is successful, both in terms of the technology and also the financing implementation model, and then we can actually mainstream through changing our regulatory regime, the legal regime. Then when we could upscale in a big way. With these words, thank you once again for inviting the regulatory commissions to witness your kind of ideas, your vision for future in green energy sector. Thank you.
Have the signing ceremony. After almost, I remember the day that I visited GFRO's the office and your plant when I was in December in the last year, and then this while visiting there was a program conference in Korea, in Seoul and also Busan, and after that these exercises have been started, and now this has been a time that we have been able to finally sign the MOU with the different sort of the interactions in the different times with your team, and this is really very proud moment. And then I wish that after having this MOU signing, when you will be coming up with the detailed field study for the hydrogen plant as well as the fuel cell plant, that will give sort of the framework for this country, also to design the future policy framework, future framework as well. You will be coming up in that level of these recommendations to us. Actually, as our previous colleagues have also mentioned, that the Miraj has mentioned that he was the advocate since a long time back, and then almost 5 years, that from the resource sort of the side, from the academic side, I mean, that is the role of the academics and they have to do. I think the government and the private sectors, it will take time, but it is the role that the academic institutions and the universities continuously making the lobbying on that, educating on that, and then providing these different level of this input to us, so that the government and the market itself will take that technology into the new level. I think this has been also this whatever the start that was there. I think I remember yesterday evening I was together with my Prime Minister. And then today I was supposed to have the meeting also, but this because of other sort of this the engagements it was not possible. But anyway, he was just giving the message and the wishes to this company and also to all of us that after a period of this having this detailed study, then we'll be having sort of this the future sort of this roadmap that we can develop, and then this will really be one of the major milestones for us for developing this hydrogen sort of the system in this country. And the hydrogen policy has come up, and then we have been working in the different levels in the past, and then we have been now confident enough that okay, the technology that in Korea and Japan has developed, and that will be much more useful also in our own context. Nepal actually, is you hear this, and we are all talking about is that in the rainy season, in the monsoon season, we have plenty of the energy available. Yeah, just now from the managing director from NEA, he is also mentioning that this how because of this sort of the system that we have developed, it's not only the hydrogen plant, but also this the fuel cell plant. Yeah, total sort of the system that has been developed. I think with this whatever level of the problem that our energy sector is facing, because of this the balance of the energy that we are producing, and then the certain season it is being the extra, and the certain season we are being lacking, and then you just showed about this export and import sort of the balance sort of this the deficit that we have. So I think the project will this study will come up with these sort of the solutions, whatever the issue that we have at the moment in the production of the whole electricity system in our country, and then how we can really utilize the energy that is being produced, especially in the rainy season, in the monsoon season, and can be utilized in the dry season. If we can come up with these sort of the solutions and the cost-effective solutions, I would like to say again, that if we really would come up, I think the market potential is very huge. It's not only certain megawatt, it is going to the gigawatt. Yeah? That level of market that we have, and then when you talk about the market, it's not only Nepal. If we really produce in the cost-effective way, the hydrogen, cost-effective way, the ammonia, or cost-effective way in the fertilizer, for example, yeah? And it's not only in Nepal that we can utilize it. There is a huge market in the South Asia region as well, and also beyond. Yeah? Because every country is now, they have now this drafted their policy, their strategy to go for the net zero. And the Nepal is 2045, and I think the Korea is 2050, I think, yeah. So this is the different timeline that has been designed by the target has been set up by the different countries. So for going in that direction, I think this is one of the solutions that we have. The technological solutions, financial solutions, or the market-based solutions that we may have. And then this will really be very important for the future, for achieving the international goal of the net zero. I think on the MOU signed and whatever the proposal that we have, this from GFROS, they have proposed us to make a study in the different levels. One is the technological sides, how this in the technological aspects in the context of Nepal, it should be feasible. How to what extent from the cost-effective perspective, to what extent it should be feasible. That's the one area that I think they are going to study. The other dimension is the economic viability. What is the total economy in totality? that this sort of this the system or this technology will be providing to us in our country in totality. And then what will be the financial viability? Certainly, it will ultimately also be governed by the market. When you talk about the market, it is already the price. So what level of price that may come up, and then how the market will be shaping that, and then that's another area of the study that you are going to make. And the other one is certainly the environmental benefit, social benefit. Yeah? There are lots of benefits that are there, and you will be coming up with that, so that to take a decision in the political level, to take a decision in the wider in the society level, these benefits will be very, very important to explore and then to show that these are the benefits to this project that we can come up. And then not only the present market scenario, but also the future market potential. Yeah? So if you come up with a comprehensive level in all these aspects, then we'll be having a very high level of confidence in all the level of the government and also in the private sector, so that we'll be able to adopt this technology and we may be going ahead on this. And then there will be a huge potential and a huge market for us on this technology. So without taking much time, actually we certainly need to make a comparison. The comparison in the difference of the other technologies, solution that we have, and the solution to this, and in the context of the Nepal, I think it may not be feasible exactly in the other countries, but I really emphasize the energy that is being wasted in the rainy season, and that if you can really just catch that and then come up with the technological solutions on that, I think there will be the huge level of the barrel. And the other areas, I think the furnace oil, I think the replacing on that is the big main that you just showed on this, that using the coal, that we replacing on that, replacing the other sources of energy that through this, I think that will be a value, and we can also be willing to look into that. And then after having this, I wish that you are planning to make this study in a fast pace. That is the plan that we have explained at the last time we were having the presentations and interactions in the last meetings. So then I think, I don't know how much time it will take, but I wish within a year of this signing ceremony, we will be able to establish the plant itself in the country, and we start the production of the hydrogen. Yeah? And then that is the aim. And for that, I think you just have seen that the commitment that has come up from all the government ministries and the departments. Yeah? And the Ministry of Military Commission has also given this, whatever the support or the regulatory framework that is to be designed, we are ready for that, and we would like to go there. And then the hydrogen policy is already there. I think that is giving a certain guidance to us. And then we can start from that, and then whatever the other sort of the framework that is needed, or whatever the incentive that is needed, I think that we can discuss on that. And then for that, ultimately there is a need that to show that there is the value addition. I think that the value addition in all the different aspects that we talked about. Yeah, that will give the confidence for the government to take the level of the decision that is needed. So with this, I really would like to again to thank to GFROS and then the technology that you have invented, and then you have been able to do that, and then you have demonstrated that, and you are just showing it's not just this is technology viable, it is already using. I think you are using almost 14,000 or 15,000 of the vehicles already. It's running in the roads in Korea. That means it is you are already showing that, and then the different others of the uses in the different areas of the different sectors. So that means this is already commercials of the value is there. So this commercial value will be depending from one country to the other country, depending on the situations. But in the future, just our ARC chairman has mentioned that in the past, the solar system itself, we felt that it is very, very expensive. But now, it is being competitive now. Because of the technological advancement that is coming up, I think it will be making the cost coming down. And then when we think the hydrogen production is one of the major source, major sort of the potential for us. So the technological advancement, whatever that will be there around the world, I think that the Nepal can be benefited from that. So for this, I wish that we will be able to have this study. You will be getting the full support from all the entire sort of the system in the country. And then we have the finance ministry, law ministry, the joint secretaries, and all the energy sectors. The financing, I think Mitra is here, and the CEO is here. He is committed, I think, that saying me that CEO, sir, we would like to make investment on this project. When this project is coming up, when we will be able to make an investment on this? I think they are already coming with the green side of the fund already. So that's why there is a high level of appetite that is there in the country. So I think it's only the matter that when you will be completing this and submitting the final of the study, and then I believe that there is a consortium team that are there, and then the financing team also are there. It's not only the technology, but they are also the people from the financing side as well. So we'd like to welcome you. I think that there is the energy that I have, I think that we have seen here in this country. I think it will be also certainly boosting your also confidence as well. And then we will be working together. Whatever you need, please tell us, and then how we can go ahead. And then we'll be discussing later on and come to the conclusion. With this, thank you again so much for all your participation here. And then it's really a pleasure, great pleasure. And I wish that this study, if we study in the same way, the same level of the participants, even the extended level, we'll be able to, after, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, 6 months, something like that, we'll be having the detailed study, and they will be happy to hear from you with this detailed study. Thank you so much.
And officials from various ministries, IBM and other governmental agencies, Mr. Akao, CEO of the GPLOS and his team from Korea, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to join you today for the signing of the MOU between IBM and GPLOS, a leading Korean hydrogen technology company. This MOU paved the way for the detailed feasibility study to establish Nepal's first green hydrogen plant and fuel cell plant. It is truly a remarkable step forward. Nepal, as one of the countries most affected by climate change, has shown strong commitment to tackle climate crisis through the NDC 3.0. To achieve this goal, Nepal set ambitious target to extend renewable energy generation to 28,500 megawatts by 2035 and to reach 100% renewable energy by 2050. Yes, and this also envisions opportunities for green hydrogen production, storage, and utilization, as well as a future possibility for hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. I highly commend this bold and forward-looking energy vision of Nepal. Korea has been proud to support Nepal's effort in this journey. Korea invested early in hydrogen technology, and it has advanced related innovations, participated in global standardization, and promote technical cooperation globally. As of now, about 40,000 hydrogen passenger cars and buses are running on the road in Korea, thanks to innovative hydrogen companies such as GPLOS. Nepal is one of the most promising countries for hydrogen economy by utilizing its actual capacity of hydroelectric generation. Nepal has the potential to be the hub of hydrogen ecosystem in the region. Earlier this month, I attended the launch of a green hydrogen roadmap for Nepal, published by GGGI, supported by the government of Korea. This roadmap highlights the potential of green hydrogen not only as a clean energy source, but also as a means of produce green ammonia for fertilizer. This will enable Nepal to reduce dependence on energy imports and strengthen agricultural productivity. Beyond hydrogen, Korean companies have worked with Nepal in 3 hydropower development, including a 260 megawatt Opportunity hydroelectric project with PPP financing of $650 million. These efforts, along with many others, reflect the growing depth of Korea-Nepal cooperation in advancing climate resilient and sustainable development of Nepal. When it comes to foreign direct investment, Korea has been the fourth largest foreign investor to Nepal after China, India, and Hong Kong in an accumulated term. I have met many Korean businessmen who want to explore potential and possibility for their investment to Nepal. Their priority sectors are energy, tourism, and manufacturing. I hope more Korean businesses invest, make products, and build infrastructure in Nepal through better favorable investment environment. Today's MOU between GPLOS and IBM marks another milestone in our partnership. I sincerely hope that feasibility study will progress smoothly and lead to establishment of the Nepal's first ever green hydrogen and fuel cell plant. Such a project will not only contribute to Nepal's green energy transition, but also deliver broader economic and social benefit to both the Nepali people. As always, Korea will continue to remain a reliable partner of Nepal, committed to advancing sustainable development and achieving our shared global climate